Hi, welcome to the Stevo Show. This is Stevo Tries to get the band back together.
Unlike you, boy, they can only guess. So go and spend your money, boy, you've been working hard enough. This day's been long in coming, the day that you find love. With your pockets full and with a letter from your mom, make it fine on your own.
This is pretty surreal, isn't it? But it's awesome as well. I said to Steve about 2 years ago I would happily give a kidney just to get us all in the room together again. So it's happening to happen to give up a kidney, so hallelujah.
So I've previously spoken about the first band that I was ever in called the Kennedys. And I mentioned in the past that we wrote some songs and we played some gigs and we put an album out in the 90s, and then we split up just round about the time that they put the album out. So this year it's 25 years since we all played together as a band, and we did a few attempts over the years to try and get the five of us all together again, but it just never really worked. So since we split up, it's been quite difficult to get everyone all back in the same room together. I've always had a way of staying in touch with all the guys in the band over the years, and through calls and texts, and sometimes you just randomly bump into them. And we've all chatted about the good old days in the past, and last year we started going out for meals and stuff as well. So a couple of years ago I suggested actually that the album that we'd recorded in the 90s probably should go on as a kind of digital stream. So as a result of that, we started to have a kind of online presence again. We've got a Facebook page, but we've got Spotify and iTunes, and you can listen to the music. So from that, we met up a few times for dinner, and we were chatting about the band and about writing music, and generally just a sort of friendly catch up. And it can be years before we see each other again, but there's still a really kind of strong friendship there. It's, you know, that you're just really good pals and you know quite a lot about each other. The last dinner that we went on last year, about September, October, discussion changed at the time to getting the band back together, and we were trying to write some new music, and I've tried that before a couple of times without the band, and it's not really worked out for me. But this time everybody was in agreement that we were all going to get in the studio. The back of my mind, I didn't think anything really would come of it. I didn't think we would ever play a gig again or anything, but I thought it'd be quite nice to see if we can write some songs together. I tried on my own and it never worked, but I thought it might have worked if we were all together again, and even if I thought it was rubbish, a lot of the time they would say, no, this is actually really good. If they thought it was rubbish, they would also say it's rubbish. After months of planning, we got together and we booked a studio. I booked it at the end of November for January, so we planned it well in advance. We've got a little WhatsApp group and stuff now as well, so we had a wee chat about that. We all wanted to at least try and play as a band together again, and we managed that when we met to all play together at least, and ran through some old tunes, and we did a Beatles cover version, No Reply, and then we started to just put together the structure of 2 new songs. And for me, in that moment, my inhibitions went. the kind of struggle I had, that block that I had trying to write for a long time was kind of gone. And there was something for me about all five of us playing together, really. It started to sound like a Kennedy's session, I suppose. But there was something still not feeling quite right either. It was a lot of fun, and we all got on well. But I could sense that everyone wasn't at the same level of what they wanted to do with it. And I'm quite controlling. And I'm quite outspoken, and I was wondering if it was that was kind of causing it. But anyway, I think what it came down to was that we just realised that it just wasn't going to work. But no one said that on the night. We sort of finished with the idea that we were probably going to meet up again. But I think everybody knew that time had moved on and we'd all changed and went our own ways, you know, so... Alan and I, we still talk on a regular basis, and I probably remain closest to Alan over the years because he's a huge Star Wars fan. So am I. We both love country music, got that kind of thing going. Our parents love country music, and that was how we learned songs, and similar tastes in that sense. So, and I spoke to Alan a few times just after that initial session, and I said something just didn't quite work for me. In a way, I took a little step back from even the kind of group chat. I thought, you know, I'll let everybody sort of discuss how they thought it went, because I really thought I was being kind of overpowering at the rehearsal. I thought I'd step back, work was really busy, wasn't well, but nothing really happened in the group chat then. And then today, we finally got a message from one of the guys just saying that they didn't want to do it. And that was all I was kind of looking for, I suppose. I think maybe I was waiting on it, and there's no hard feelings about it. I'd sort of hinted at it myself, and it's just an agreement that it wasn't to be, and that's fine, you know. It kind of stopped before it started. You can still listen to our original album. I still might write a couple of songs. I've not really made my mind up about that. We're all still going to meet up as friends, and we'll you know, go for a few drinks and have dinner and all that kind of stuff. But I think that to me was the final chance, the final try, and it's been put to bed for me now. So I'm quite happy that we tried it and it's done, and I don't need to sort of even think about that again. But I've got great memories of it. A great bunch of guys that I'm friends with. My first episode of Stevo Tries to put the band back together is Stevo Fails to put the band back together, I suppose. So, but I'm going to see you in the next chapter. I'm trying another couple of things. I'll probably fail at them as well. But remember, if you like this video, subscribe to the channel if you would. That'd be fantastic. If you hit the little bell icon as well, and you'll get notified when the next video's available. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and leave comments below too, and I'll gladly respond, and I'll see you next time. Cheers, bye.